That probably ain't the right key.
I don't know what you're doing.
When I came home last night. You were me. Coming home intoxicated. That's the name. So crazy.
That was, I thought it was give it to me, man.
Coming home intoxicated.
Off them platinums.
Boom, 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 boom. Come on, girl, give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby.
That's all I know.
You gotta hear the congos in there. Just give it to me, baby.
We are back with another episode of The Offer and Hustle. As you can tell, I'm already laughing. I am beyond excited for this next guest. But hold up, real quick, it's your favorite cousin, Deona Hustle, host and co-host of Hustle and Shine in the Morning on Kansas City's #1 for hip-hop, R&B, and throwbacks, Hot 103 Jams. Big shout out to Esai and the whole NSPN crew. And then, of course, love and a shout out to Zoo Studios, because this is where our home is. And if you want to book time at Zoo Studios, which you should, hit them up and holla at them. And I actually just saw Zoo Studios had like a viral video where like they're setting up shop and people pull up and freestyle. I need to stop by one of those. But once again, welcome to The Offer and Hustle. Today's guest, one of my favorites, Emmy Award winner, producer, radio personality, DJ, my big brother, but your big homie, Brian B. Shynin.
Yeah, you better put some sauce on that. Yeah.
Clark it.
Oh, man, D. I love you so much.
I love you too,
I appreciate you, man. Thank you for having me on.
And you got your deep rooted on. I know that's right.
Black on. Dom, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He been in the trenches for a minute. It's good to see a good dude be successful.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So before we get into more questions about your experience, when you started radio, when you started DJing, all of that stuff, and I know we've had a couple of conversations off air. I want to do a fun this or that with you.
Right.
You know, we do it on air with guests. So it's your turn to be in the hot seat.
Oh, I love it.
They ain't going to be crazy questions, though. You ready?
It could be whatever.
Whatever?
Yeah.
All right, okay. I already know your answer to this. NFL or NBA?
NFL. It's not even a competition at this point. It used to be a competition. What era did you feel like it was a competition? Oh, the 90s for sure.
Oh, the 90s.
The 90s, like...
You're biased. You love the 90s.
I do, but like the NFL in the 90s wasn't what it is today. It was cool, but first off, the Chiefs were good in the 90s. Not great. The Chiefs were good. But
this isn't Lynn Elliott's time.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is.
It's during that time, during that exact time. But, the Super Bowls were terrible for the most part back then.
Back in the 90s, okay.
Like the Cowboys smacked the Bills 50-something to 14 or 10 or something like that. In the 92 Super Bowl, the Redskins beat the shit out of the Bills in the 91 Super Bowl. Cowboys smacked the Bills again in the 93 Super Bowl. The 94 Super Bowl, the Niners smacked up the Chargers. That was a blowout.
Remembering these dates.
Oh, I remember every single one.
Mitch, you better watch out.
I remember every single one. So, the rest, almost all the Super Bowls in the 90s were trash. It was only maybe two of them. The Broncos and Packers one was good. And the last one was actually in 2000. Your favorite Super Bowl of all time?
It's probably not. It's probably football. What was it?
Rams Titans.
Okay.
Are you serious?
I was 4.
It don't matter. That's your only Super Bowl.
Well, I was
That's
4.
the only Super Bowl that St. Louis has ever had.
He's mad. This is actually how our conversations go. He'll say something like, "Oh, you remember that hit song from the '76?" And I'll be like, "Bro,
I don't say 76.
Nah, that's how you be. That's how you be."
I say 90 something.
Nah, right. I was born in 96, the end of 96, after Tupac was already dead.
Because the internet does not exist.
No. We got too much content in the future. This is how our conversations go. So this is why I already know this is going to be a great interview.
You are crazy. I would just, look, man, I would just expect you, And even though you couldn't enjoy it, maybe when you was 3 years old or 4 years old, it's like you would still be like, man, my Rams. I celebrate the '69 Chiefs, and my parents wouldn't even in college yet.
You like football though. Basketball's more my season. Missouri don't have a team.
You know what? Shame on you for celebrating the Celtics title more than you celebrate the Rams Super Bowl.
Well, win is a win.
Shame on you.
Jason Tatum still need to pull up with that MVP and that trophy and walk around the marquee in St. Louis. If you know, you know.
I ain't gonna talk shit on Tatum because he hurt right now.
Yeah, please.
I ain't gonna do that.
Thank you. Okay, respectable man.
But it's forever fuck the Celtics.
He's a hater, but I understand because I never liked the Celtics either because of Miami Heat and their rivalry with them. Like I get it, but as soon as St. Louis walked in the building, I'm torn.
Oh my god!
Word to what's her name? LaToya Luckett. All right, Kelsey or Tony Gonzalez?
Travis Kelce, hands down. And this is coming from I was a Tony Gonzalez stan. Tony Gonzalez
threw him to the.
Bro, he had a chance to be better than. And my favorite Chief all time was always Derrick Thomas, and Tony Gonzalez had. If he had, I understand why we had to trade him because we was rebuilding again. He didn't want to go through that. It was like year 12 for him or something like that. He hadn't even won a playoff game here.
Oh, for real? I would have got up out of here too.
He had gone to the playoffs, but he had never won a playoff game. So he was just, it was just that time. He was loyal to us for the time he was here and all that. Okay. But he be talking shit about Kansas City. Like he's done that a couple times after he left. Nah, you built your career here, bro. Okay. We built you here.
Fair. So do you feel like people outside of Kansas City that weren't born in Kansas City can't talk about Kansas City, but Kansas Cityans can talk about Kansas City?
I need an example
like
of that.
You being from here, born and raised, you know the good and the bad. So like you talking to another person that's from Kansas City and y'all just talking bad about it.
To me, it depends on the truth and what is being said. If you're telling the truth and being transparent and trying to build constructive criticism and not tearing down, then I'm gonna have an ear and listen to what you say. But it's the fact of him talking about him wanting to retire as a Falcon, or he loved this time with the Falcons more than he did with the Chiefs because he won 1 or 2 funky ass playoff games with them that amounted to nothing. No, but you built what you were. You started in the Chiefs uniform. We celebrated you. We you put in the hard work and you did all that. But we was the ones wearing 88 jerseys. It's still 88 jerseys.
I still hear him talked about as a Chief. So I didn't know I don't know the history, so I didn't even know him as anything else. And
for him to he said a couple things. He's made up for it. And this was like
a while ago.
I want to say 2016, 17. Somewhere around that time.
He's trying to keep them records. Better watch what you say.
With Kansas City, you better believe it. Because and maybe it's a little jeffing with Travis Kelce. Don't never you know what I'm saying. But Kelce. You and I have seen what he's done personally. We sat by him and had conversation with him, and I've seen what he's done for multiple years in the hood in Kansas City, dealing with Operation Breakthrough.
Yeah, he really pulled through. Yeah.
So and look what he's built here.
Yeah, he's built. I mean, he's built his legacy.
Bro, man.
And he done made Taylor Swift come to Kansas City. Like he doing the fool. So salute to Travis Kelce.
Love to Tony Gonzalez, and I consider him one of my top favorite Chiefs all time. Okay. But let the record show, real Chiefs fans and real Kansas Cityans know when you talk shit on the city, we all gonna remember it.
Yeah, that's valid. I get that. America's Pub or Karma?
Karma.
It's given I got a couple story times. That's what it's giving.
I got a million. But Karma, because my bro Kerry,
where was Karma at?
It was in spitting distance from America's Pub. Okay,
and America's Pub was where Throwback is now.
America's Pub is Throwback. The Old Bridgers is where Karma is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
they went through a couple names.
Yeah, what? It was
because I know it.
Gus's something.
When I got here, it might have been Johnny Cause by that time, or it was whatever it was before Johnny Cause, and then it switched to Bridgers after Johnny Cause.
Now I never went into this building, but we just got through talking about the '90s Chiefs. But that used to be Sanford and Sons Comedy Club.
Oh, really?
So, and that was the hot spot where everybody went. That, like I'm talking about, the Chiefs went there.
Oh, okay.
Royals went there. It was a boxer here in the early 90s that was, I think he won the championship one time. I forgot his name. Tommy something. I forgot. Tom Morrison. Yeah,
Okay.
Tommy Morrison. He won the championship or something. He was in Rocky 5.
Yeah, I remember that name. I didn't know. Yeah,
he's from Kansas City.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so
I love the Rocky series. That's one. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, they used to. That was the original Sanford and Sons. I don't know what now. I don't know what it was before then.
Okay, but it was okay.
Yeah,
but you picked Karma though.
Karma for sure.
Yeah. Shout out to Classic.
America's Pub, bro. The Horsemen used to be in there. Those are promoters that used to
what?
The Horsemen. Yep. My dog Reggie, I still talk with him to this day. They had a remote on a radio on Hot 103 every single Saturday night, sometimes Fridays too. They had a run, I want to say from 08 until maybe 10 or 11. Like I'm talking about 2.5 to 3 years every single Saturday. Like we was broadcasting live and even maybe a little bit before and after that, that was the hot spot to go to. I remember, bro.
I remember the video you showed me where I think you was at America's Pub and it was like I was vibed out. It was going crazy in there.
Man, I remember they had a little flip in there. It was like 2010 or something. Yeah. It was insane in there. Too Short was in there one night in like 2010 and I'm talking about packed like sardines.
I seen the one video, yeah.
The Nelly Hot in Here video. That is the best way I could describe America's Pub during that time, though. So, and then Karma was the same way, though. Karma was smaller. It was built a lot like how Bridgers is or was. Yeah. And yeah, that like, bro, every Saturday just
talk a lot about them spots.
Just that whole section right there at Westport used to be bananas.
Yeah, that's crazy. I
wish it probably still is too, though. You know.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. Slaps of
LCs. I ain't been.
Yeah, I was just saying. Yeah. Slaps of LCs.
LCs. What?
What you getting from LCs?
Don't disrespect LCs like that. What we talking about?
What you get from LCs?
Slaps is good. They cool, but LCs is elite.
That's your number one, right?
100%.
What you get?
Man, it depends. It depends. Lately, I've been getting a double decker joint with double brisket. National Brisket Day was the other day.
Oh, what? Yeah, you went and got it that day?
No, I didn't do that.
I'm like, I told you it was
I wish you did.
I'm so open to say you went and got brisket without me.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't do that.
The truth comes out in podcast form. That's sick.
Maybe it does.
That's crazy.
No, I didn't do that. But yeah, I'll get a brisket. Like the double decker brisket sandwich. Sometimes I'm in a burn-in mood. Those are the two things
I like the burn-ins at Char Bar. Them mugs was fire when we went. I still remember that. And I ain't been since then.
Oh, since we did the video.
That was like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
3-4 years ago, something like that. All right, the question everybody want to know. The morning grind or hustle and shine? No pressure.
So all right, so this is probably going to be like a 2-3 minute segment.
Do your big one.
Because the morning grind built like Brian to where he is now.
Absolutely.
And I feel like I'm only getting better, D. I feel like I'm better than I was 5 years ago. I know I'm better than I was 10 years ago. Like, and I'm just trying to add more tools and trying to eliminate my mistakes as much as possible. Easier said than done, as you can see on a daily.
We both have things that we work on, but it gets better, like you said.
Yeah. But that time on a morning grind with Shay, it changed my life, bro. Seriously. Because it taught me, it got rid of my procrastination. It taught me.
It pushed you.
It did. My work ethic had to climb. It had to match. And in no way, shape, or form was me and Shay in any type of little relationship or nothing like that. But it just having a partner makes you better. And that's why I encourage people to get married and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
We'll put a pin in that part.
Yeah,
that's the conversation right there.
Put a pin in that. But having a partner that ups your game, whether it's marriage, whether it's work environment, whether it's football, whatever it is, it helps you sharpen who you are. So that time with Shay, I credit to really, really building, my character up a little more than what it was and teaching me so many things on and off the mic.
Absolutely.
But I have so much fun with you. and I had fun with Shay too, man. I did.
Yeah,
we had
and
a lot
both of them
fun.
can
And
be on the same.
Yeah,
level.
they are.
You know, it's just an icebreaker for an
They
icebreaker,
are.
but we ain't gotta. You know,
They are.
everything has its meaning in life in different chapters.
You know, but I just, I am so proud of our product every single day.
Yeah.
It is a joy and pleasure. It is euphoric to hear what we produce because I listen a lot to what we do every day, and I watch our videos, and I see what we have, and I just want to. It's growing so much since from the past year, and we have so much fun.
I don't even think we had. Did we just hit a year and a half? I don't even think that.
Yeah, it's a year and a half.
It's a year and a half.
Yeah,
okay.
We're in May. It's probably a year and a half now.
Yeah,
what's
now.
6? Yes, we
now.
just hit a year and a half a couple days ago on the 27th.
Oh, I ain't think about. Right.
Because you know 6.
Started,
I got Brian math. 6 plus 5, half a year is 6. So we're in the 5th month. 6 plus 5 is 11.
Just asked the
we're in November. It started November 27th.
Yeah.
So yeah, but you know, I'm picking. I mean, look, we here. You my teammate.
Yeah,
it's hustle and shine in the morning, man. But I just want to be clear and say, you know, Shay is my sister.
Absolutely.
I love her just like you, my sister.
Absolutely.
I love her to death, and there's no way you can have a morning show or a successful morning show without, I feel like, the type of relationship that we had and then the one that we have now, for sure.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that.
It's hustle and shine in the morning.
Yeah,
baby.
but that's real. Because I know you, and even after you did the morning grind for like a year by yourself, so you know what it's like to do it by yourself. And you know, from what I've experienced with a morning show, it is better to have a teammate, especially an efficient teammate.
Boy.
You know, not nobody that's just there to take up space, but somebody that's getting it done with you. Because, you know, them times when you're not there, you know, maybe you're on PTO and vice versa. When I'm out, like, it's like, dang, I miss being with B. Like, I want to get back at it, or, you know, whatever, because we know how each other work. It's that chemistry piece. So if you do have a show or anything that you do in life, whether it is a relationship or it's, you know, a project, having somebody else that is willing to put in, like you willing to put in, it feels
Boy,
good.
look, and that's what I love about you too. You make me step my game up so much.
Likewise.
And I'm just the type of partner in any type of situation. I don't want to be the one slacking.
Yeah.
You know, I always want to hold my end of the bargain up. Always, dog. I couldn't imagine looking myself in the mirror, or even looking at you in your face and be like, oh, like, let's say we hit number 1 or something and I ain't done shit. Hey, we hit number 1. What did you do?
Yeah.
Like I am the accountability holder. I'm gonna point some shit out. Like bro, like you're not doing nothing, or this need to be done, or what? Like or I'm gonna do it myself. It's one of them two. But I don't have to do that with you. And I didn't have to do it. Of course, I had to do that with Shay.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's why both shows have been successful, is because. And I am not bragging on me. I mean, this is just a characteristic I have.
What you put in,
I feel like I know how to be a great teammate. Once I really understand what you need and how I can help you in certain ways, or how you can help me, like how you came in and you helped me, and like with the online content that you do, with how you talk to the listeners when I can't. It's. Bro, just I feel like I have another me.
Yeah.
And
it's
bro, you are a godsend.
I appreciate that. Likewise, bro. Like, the show, because waking up that early and stuff, having somebody that you can tolerate beyond tolerate.
Oh my God,
is so important. Like 4 a.m., bro. You know, and even and I'll move on to the next thing, because I do want to talk about being a radio personality, because we see a lot of people that think that they could do it, and some people might be able to, but I think people don't realize what comes into it. So we'll talk about that. But when you wake up that early, neither one of us morning people. You know what I'm saying? We late hours. So when I started, I don't really care to talk. That's how I felt. I didn't want to talk early. But when I come in and see B and he's smiling and he like, "Hi D," I light up too,
because I love to see you, dog.
Because it's like, even though if somebody else did that, I'd be like,
for real?
Yeah, I probably wouldn't do that. But it's like, it's you, bro. Like, I ain't finna leave you hanging.
That made me feel
like,
special. It really does.
Like, for real, like, I'll put a bunch of other people off, and I'll be like, I don't want to talk anymore, don't call me.
Wow, you just like
But
me.
when it come to you, I can't not
You just
rock
like
with
me.
you.
That's how I feel. Listen, man. You know some of the things that I've gone through personally the past year and a half, 2 years. And getting up and trying to do our job how it needs to be done. Bro, I couldn't do it with nobody else but you.
Right, likewise.
You've gone through some things recently, but the storm that has been in my life, bro. Ooh wee. You are an angel, bro. I can't express to you how thankful I am of you, man.
For sure.
But it's just I feel the same way about
each
you.
other, though.
Yes, I feel the same way about you. I'm like, them mornings be hard to peel yourself up off that bed, especially in the wintertime, bro. And
but it's like neither one of us want to let each other down.
No, I do not want to let you down.
You have to have somebody you respect enough not to leave them hanging.
Right.
And it's like, I ain't gonna do that, bro. I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that to him. Like, I don't want to get up, but I
felt so bad a couple times when I felt like I let you down, because it was a couple times where I was late getting the stuff, and it was directly because of the circumstances that I've been dealing with. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I felt bad, man, but I hopefully I made up for it in one way or another.
Beyond that, because I don't recall it, but we just moved past that.
You want me to tell you?
Go if you want to.
Okay, the first one, the tech concert.
Oh yeah,
with the symphony.
This dude did not. I'm like, bro, you got people questioning me. Talking about where your partner at?
I was tired, dog.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I just be trying to. Yeah, at that time I was like, I wasn't that upset. I just be needing to know so I can get prepared mentally.
I felt like I let you down.
I was like, bro, where you?
Yeah, I had a bro.
Yeah,
no
it
excuse.
was a lot. It was. I mean, I understand though.
No excuse is good, bro. But
it happens. Like, so. It's not like that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we let each other down or we don't show up in moments. Like, it's gonna happen.
The other time was. I was like 2 or 3 minutes late to the North Kansas City Step Show this past year, and you had the mic situation, and I could tell you was like a little.
Oh, I was telling you, I told you it was other stuff that was there. Yeah, I was like, bro, I need you because
yeah.
And when you work with somebody for so long, you know that I know you know how I work, and you know when it comes to certain stuff, like I know with certain spaces, I just be like, he got that, and I'm gonna follow his lead. So it's like, I feel like since we've done like some hosting and stuff, especially when it's step shows, you be like, I follow your lead, D, do your thing, because that do be my element. That. Like I just be like, they don't want to
see me out here jiggling. You know what I'm saying? You do a good job. Like, and I be trying to interact with the crowd. Like, I kind of do it from a distance though. You be all over people's face, and I'm like, dang. Like, I mean, I'm in.
We on the check-in,
I'm up in people's face like kind of after the fact. Like, I love.
But we have different styles.
Yeah. But you be out there getting jiggy.
I be wanting to go talk to people.
You know,
let me show you these pearly whites.
I'm too. I got to get myself. To a certain size and space.
DMX thing.
What was that?
The DMX thing. That's what I thought you. I mean, not DMX.
Girl, that's why I was confused. DX.
Yeah, DX.
Take the M out.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah. Talking some DMX. God rest his soul. Yeah. I want to talk to you about being a DJ real quick. I feel like sometimes you notice that certain DJs don't fight to get in the clubs. Or fight might not be the best word, but I have at least noticed where certain DJs of certain skill level where I think that I'm like, oh, they elite DJ. I notice I see less of them trying to wiggle their way into the club scene and more of them taking festivals, weddings, and some of those things. From your experience, why is that?
2 things: hours and money. Like, bro, wedding DJs. It's easily a 6-figure salary if you can do it right. And then the hours are just so much better. I can get home.
Yeah, that's real.
I could get home at 11 o'clock and make triple what I made
if you
in
was
the
out
club
till like 3 a.m.
Yes, and like it's a healthier lifestyle.
That's real.
and like on multiple levels, not only with your environment, but with like food options and stuff like that. Because think about it, a lot of DJs on the weekends, probably every weekend from Thursday to Sunday, most DJs don't get out of the club until 2 a.m. or something. You're hungry as hell when you get out of the club.
Topic where you eat an unseasoned burger?
Where are you going? I'm telling 95% of DJs, because there are some healthy guys and vegan people, or they have healthy lifestyles that they don't do all of that. But most DJs, probably 95% have a toxic like health structure diet with the nightclub DJing, with the festivals and all of that. And that's why sometimes you see some DJs dying off in their 50s, you know, or they 40s sometimes because of that lifestyle. They done ran themselves rugged. You know what I'm saying? So when you're at a wedding, though, of course, you still have alcohol and drinks and stuff, but you got catered food most of the time.
Right. It's not the same environment.
No, at all. You ain't around a bunch of, you know, nuck if you buck ass. You
YBs, YNs, OBs, you know, ONs.
You ain't, you know, of course, you know, you got, you know, dangerous people in every community or
Absolutely.
whatever. But, more so with weddings, is people are in a good mood. They dress nice. It's all about love, or that those people getting married, so they don't interfere with that type of stuff. You know, so the environment, the food, the hours, the pay, all of that stuff. Festival DJs, I can't really speak on, because that ain't what I do, and that ain't my lane. But look, I mean, you DJing in front of 100,000 people or whatever, 50,000 people. You know it's a check that come with that, and that ain't the only. They don't only do just one. They do, you know, multiple. So I know they getting their bread on the road. But think about it. You on the road though. You're away from your family. Yeah. You getting bread and you getting paid.
It come with a cost.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Well, you mentioned weddings, and you've been trying to force people to get married. Every time. So the last conversation we had on air on Hustle and Shine in the morning, make sure y'all tap in weekdays. We're streaming now too on video.
Ooh-wee.
And we were talking about Shannon Sharp, and you was like, if Shannon Sharp was married, this wouldn't have happened. I just beg to differ. What you smacking your gums for? Because you married. See, I'm in a room with two married people, and they just married people be thinking they better than people. That's what it is. That's what they like. I'm married. I'm finna go home to my significant other. Like, okay,
not at all. Nah, man. Okay, so I want to preface this by saying, bro, marriage is so tough. It is one of the toughest things you ever do. And I'll keep it simple. A lot of times, because you just got to swallow your ego and you got to swallow your pride a lot for somebody who you allegedly love. Do you love them enough to do that? To do that, To, you know, of course it comes and goes. So it's equal. Sometimes she got to swallow her ego. But you got to learn how to do that. You got to learn how to literally put somebody before you. And if you're not ready for that at all, I encourage you to never get married. Because it's never going to work, bro. It's not unless you're selfless, unless you're a good teammate, and you love that person so much that you're willing to put them over you in every circumstance. You got to think about them in everything that you do. Yeah. You know, if you ain't about none of that, do not get married. I don't care if y'all got a baby. I don't care what ties y'all have. How long y'all don't known each other.
History do not matter.
Not when it comes to those, like, changing your life and changing who you are to better yourself for that person. Are you willing to do that? To lose? My bad. I keep messing with the mic. Are you willing to lose just a little bit of piece of yourself, to restructure a little bit of yourself to fit that person? Do you love that person that much? And if you ain't trying to do it, because it's gonna come to a point, I think, in every relationship where is that question is going to be asked, or it's going to be some type of circumstance where it shows where, oh, you really ain't down for me like that, and it's going to sour.
When you hear that a lot, like little stories where people be like, you hear a lot of women say they wanted to marry this man, they was with him for 7-8 years in their adult life, and they like, he ain't popped the question, so I had to go. And, you know, I do understand when people get to that point, Because if that's what you want and that's what you want next and they not ready for it, then you got to move on to the next and you might miss out on something. But yeah, get married when you want to.
Yeah, but I
do think marriage does help you be disciplined, but I think you should have discipline before you get married. Like, that's my thought process is like,
yeah, you need to have, you can't even get to that point.
Well, you're right.
Unless you got some type of discipline.
Realistically, then you got the offsets of the world. So, who's now asking Cardi B for, is it called matrimony? No, what is it called?
Alimony.
Sorry.
A word.
Cropping that.
Is that today?
It just later today. It was something that started with an M. That's why I said that, because I'm like, matrimony is wedding. But it was something that started with an M that he was asking for too. But it was alimony and it was something else. Mm-hmm. I don't know. That's what he's asking for.
It ain't matrimony, it's macaroni.
Okay, what movie?
In Deona's world.
What movie is that from?
American Pimp.
Okay.
It's a documentary / movie.
Okay.
Great piece of work.
Actually, you know what? Nah. I've seen a couple Pimp
you may
movies
have
in my
seen
day.
it. You may have seen it.
Okay, it's been a while.
American Pimp, bro. Hey,
this is the movie.
It is
critic
hilarious. It is hilarious, bro. You gotta watch that, dude. It might be a little sweet D up in there.
That's so silly, bro. All right, we gonna switch from DJing to being a radio personality, and I've talked about it on the show, but I would love to hear from your perspective of you run us through your day of like pick maybe your busiest day. So don't just pick a day where you're like, well, yeah. So and then just run us through like kind of like a somewhat of a timeline of everything, because I think people think that we just show up, get off here, and life is that's it. So please, from your perspective, what's
you in for a surprise. Because I really need to start off the night before.
Facts.
Because like 10:30, 11 o'clock or whatever, and there's times we both on the Google Documents, preparing for the show or whatever. Yeah. So the night before, I'm editing or getting stories together for the show. But getting up at 4:30, I lay there for about 10 minutes, try to get my thoughts together, get my life together, and I'm up and at it, brushing my teeth, getting myself together. I'm out the door by
this is detailed. I didn't know you was gonna tell us the brushing of the teeth.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm out the door at like 5:05. On a good day, like 5. On a good day, get to the joint about 20. Yeah. Something like that, 5:20.
When I first started, I was up at the mug at 5, and then I realized we needed to in the beginning.
Yeah,
because we were getting used to it.
Then the show changed a little bit. It flipped to where
we did.
We didn't have to do all of that yet. The show kind of morphed into something else to where we didn't have to do all of that. Mm-hmm. So, all right. So, we at the station preparing for the show. Show gets going. We done at 10. Yep. But after the show, we're gonna include a Myron meeting in this. So just to be dramatic in my natural Leo way.
Yeah, but that's what's at the busiest type of day.
Yeah. So we have production after the show, meaning we got commercials to make or.
Don't let it be a 60-second. Jeff gonna come in. Hey Brian, can you cut this font? I sent you the background music.
The Grim Reaper.
So get off air around 10 a.m. Then production is probably gonna hit you, and then our boss Myron, shout out to you, love you, man. Yeah, man. He'll probably come in and be like, meet me in my office in 30 minutes.
Want to do some film studies. You know what I'm saying? Just to make us better, he always giving us pointers on, do this way. Maybe you should, whatever. Here might be an idea. So yeah, he's very helpful in that, and always letting us know what's going on. So maybe I'm out of there at 11:30. 12 maybe. Yeah. And it's the summertime. I got to get my walk in. So I try to get my 4-mile walk in. Mm-hmm. Which takes about an hour and 20. And then after that, so now it's like 1:30 or so. So now I got to tend to my brother because I help take care of him. So that might be an hour or 2. I might be home on a good day. I might be home at 3:30, maybe 4.
When it hit that 3 mark, when it hit 2, I be feeling like the day over.
Man, you know, and it's weird. I've been doing this for 10 years now, and it's so crazy how my days used to go as opposed to how they go now. But I might get home at 4 or something. I'll jump in a shower, and now, shoot, it's like 4:35. It's like I might as well just stay up.
Yeah,
like
no
you
point
get
in
to
taking a nap.
you get to a point where it's like, might as well just stay up, might as well tough it out now, you know. So but then I just started using that time to make a beat or don't let me have a podcast, dude. And it ain't no sleep.
On that,
I gotta
edit.
edit.
To mention that part because you've been doing your Brian's World podcast.
Yep, I gotta
check it out.
Please do. Thank you. I got to edit Brian's World or creating content for our show, editing video for what we do, or editing video from Brian's World to make it to a reel or something. Like I'm always doing something with that. Or I'm editing an interview for Brian's World or editing an interview for Hustle and Shine. Nah, man. Or I'm looking at the news. Or
to
I'm
get prepared.
Checking the phone out to get prepared for the next day. Sometimes you got to wait for news to break because stuff don't happen till later.
Facts.
So now, you know, maybe I cook some chicken or something, and you know, me and Naomi let's say tonight the NBA playoffs is on. I'm watching the playoffs, or I might be playing a little Madden. And then now it's like 10 o'clock, and I'm preparing the show for the next day.
Yeah,
and
repeat.
It starts all over. And don't let it be this week. This week has been tiring.
Yeah, this is
because
a crazy week.
I've had to go to the studio after my walks this week for beats for Roblo the Star and Sophia's. You know what I'm saying? We've been in the stew. You know, so we live in the stew. We're in the stew on Hustle and Shine and a stew for these beats. You know what I'm saying? Nah,
let's do this silly.
So, but with being a radio personality these days is you're a creator, bro. It ain't like we're creators on the radio. The whole thing about the fourth wall of the whole radio thing, like, bro, that shit dead. Like, we just we inform Kansas City about the news. I feel like our show is more podcast stylish, just a very quick, not podcast style. Our show is a reel.
I can see that.
You
I
think
can see why you say that? Because of the quick hits and the conversational pieces.
Yeah. Our show is 4 reels per hour. Okay? That's how, like, that.
It does be, you know, like time wise, 2 minutes, somewhere around there,
2 to 3 minutes. Yeah. So that's how you got to think about this thing now. And if you're thinking about it old fashioned, like, let's hit the jams line. Let's like, nah, man,
you gotta approach
that shit dead, bro.
You gotta approach it differently because it is a different day and age.
And it's about conforming to what the consumers want. That's what people ain't listening for that old shit no more. They're listening to be informed, of course, and entertained.
Yeah. Especially on the local level.
But you got to be quick, because if you go long form and they're talking about some bullshit in the radio world, they're going to turn you, bro, because that ain't what they there for.
Yeah.
So
that's real.
You just got to think about it. If I'm a PD and I'm talking to people in radio or
Program
whatever.
director, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank
you for the clarification.
Yeah.
You know, that's how I would tell people to approach their shows. Like, just think of it as a reel on Instagram or something that you might think is engaging. Handle your station business, but I need it to punch. I need it to hit. I need it to be entertaining.
All right, I'm gonna hand you these green flag.
Oh, I
red
love this.
flag.
I love this.
So, since we are talking about being a radio personality, off air, I want you to give me one red flag and one green flag for people off air. Like, not about technical skills, not about how they talk on air, but maybe how they present themselves on social media, maybe certain things that they might do. Give us a red flag.
Oh, and this ain't just got to deal with us, but just random people talking shit to you about something that they don't know nothing about. Like the music selection. Bro, listen. I've been at that station for 19 years now. Brian, has never made any decision at any time about any music selection, okay? My mixes even were directed and coordinated, okay? Like, of course, I had a free will to do what I want to do in a certain pool of records that we had meetings and that we talked about. But that it annoys me so much but it come with the territory, bro. That you you're a representation of that logo, and if you don't want to be the big dog and had questions directed towards you, then be the little dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It is what it is with that. But bro, it's crazy to me that in 2025 that people think that we still spin records.
Yeah.
In my Bernie Mac voice from Players Club.
Yeah, I think it's always interesting because until I worked in radio, like people don't know what they don't know, but then you see some people that speak on it like they do know. And it's like, well, if you do know, you would know then, X, Y, and Z, but it's just people are ignorant.
You want to know who picks the music? Myron don't even pick the music. So Kansas City picks the music.
That's why I explain it to people. Like you pick the music in your city because you could check the charts. You can see the charts from. Like, it's public information, and you can see what people are Shazamming the most in each city. You can see what people are playing, so that's how, that's how I explain it.
It's literally, of course, he got his own flavor to it or whatever, and his own methodology, which has been successful for, 30 years, or 20 to 30 years now, by the way, for people who got something to say.
Yeah.
But he has his own flavor, and he massages it his way. Mm-hmm. But most of that, if not all, comes from the charts. Mm-hmm. That is there's nobody sitting here saying, I want to spin this Kendrick Lamar 1,088,000 times.
Right.
That ain't even a number. Right. 188,000 times this week on this single station. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to do that. But we have to do it because that is the business model of radio. Yeah. And that's not singular to Hot 103 Jams. Mm-hmm. It's all across the country.
All across, yeah.
And the fact that people don't travel and they want to singularly blame 103 for, bro, that's the radio business. Smart guy.
Smart guy. You got something to say? What's up?
Yeah, no, so I've always seen it in like movies and TV shows, and I want to know how realistic it is. Do you guys ever get people coming with like a mixtape or their song that they want to play?
I was gonna say he's been in radio longer than I have, so I feel like my period of time, people aren't really handing actual tapes. I would look at somebody crazy if they handed me a tape.
Oh, I can go on forever about that.
I get DMs, but that I don't get physical tapes.
Before you go, has there ever been a situation where you've considered it? Or even the station?
Oh, all the time. There is a 15-second rule with me.
That's real.
So I'm going to just, of course, I've been handed mixtapes, CDs, whatever. I've been handed all of that. I still got a lot of that stuff at home too. And it's by the most random people, especially when you had a remote back in the late 2000s, bro. It went from CDs and mixtapes to USB drives to now just links in your inbox now. You know what I'm saying? And people, look, man, I ain't trying to talk shit on no artist or none of that's ever handed me a mixtape because they didn't have to do that. They didn't have to see me as an outlet or a platform. Yeah. They could have been like, whatever. But they just trying to get on, dog. And I get it. I understand that. But from their point of view, though, it's like, you gonna mess with me? I hope you mess with me. Mm-hmm. And if you don't, it's F you or whatever. Mm-hmm. And that's that type of attitude ain't gonna get you nowhere.
Yeah, that's not it.
With nobody, but if you go to an event like, I'm a core DJ, you go to a core DJ event back in the 20 teens or the 2000s, you will literally have a backpack full of nothing but CDs. And there came to a point to where I'm like, bro, I can't listen to all of this.
Yeah.
I can't. It's impossible, bro. It's impossible, especially back then when I was doing underground heat. I was trying to keep up with the local, all the Kansas City local stuff and the national stuff and the underground national stuff, bro. Mm-hmm. It was exhausting, D. Exhausting.
I believe it.
Yeah, that type of situation just happens all the time, and now it's just links.
Yeah, and the 15-second rule is, I'm assuming, play a song for 15 seconds if you like it or not.
You can tell,
that's
bro.
Real. You can tell within the first 10 seconds.
You can always tell if something. You can tell when something is super duper trash. Not that if you like it or if you banging it, but if something is super duper trash, it ain't mixed or mastered, bro. A good DJ or a good engineer can tell it off rip, and they ain't gonna listen to you after that. If you send them something and that's literally I'm not kidding with you. Let's say you get 1,000 mixtapes or 1,000 singles. This is back from 2006 to like 2013. let's say you get 1,000 singles sent to your email, or you get 1,000 CDs. I guarantee you that at least 900 of those singles and CDs are not mixed and mastered properly. I guarantee you, and that eliminates you automatically from. So the underground heat. I used to go through the underground heat email. Sometimes in the meetings with Myron and a couple other people or whatever, and we would go through these songs, bro. And the first 5 to 10 seconds, bass ain't right, somebody off key, piano ain't matching up with the drum, you know, like, and you automatically get deleted, and we moving on to the next one because it's so many.
Much to consume. And then that was back then. It's more music because of the streaming out to consume, and I think people don't understand that element. But I also think people aren't putting their music in the right hands. Like,
bruh, look, first off, music ain't for sale. Straight up. Everything else is, music is not. And if you out here still trying to sell your music or trying to get paid off music, bro, you're lost. You better sell that merch. You better create content. You better do some shows, because, and shout out to my dog, Kingpin, you know, the Promo Vatican, man. He top dog in the industry right there.
Yeah, he be dropping gems.
Oh man, he's a genius. He told me music was not for sale in 2013.
Dang.
Back when I was first meeting him or whatever. So and he said that back then.
That's what I said. That was back then.
Imagine what it is now.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you see the streaming numbers or whatever. So how artists are not getting paid off. Streams. So,
and I add to what I do tell people when it comes to the music and stuff, as far as especially like locally, is at most what we can do for you is advocate. And that's what I say is I advocate for people. If it's like I'm like, oh, okay, maybe like this song or whatever, like I'll maybe send it, but I'm not the person that's going to actually get it. And then a lot of people don't have the stuff set up right. The song's not mixed and mastered. You don't have it registered. Where's your ass cap? It's a bunch of things that people don't realize. And then sometimes they're too lazy. Then they'll just be like, so-and-so don't rock with me. That's why I ain't get no play. If that's your attitude, like you said, no one's going to support you or rock with you because you don't even rock with yourself. Like you just gave up just like that. And it's like any business is relationship based. So if you were trying to build relationships with people, first of all, if you're trying to just be transactional, it's not going to work. Somebody don't play your stuff, I pull up on you like, hey, play this. You don't play it for me, and now it's just forget Brian B. Shynin. That show more about you than anything else. You know what I'm saying? Like that's any industry, relationships is important. But I want to ask you, what's your rap Mount Rushmore? I need your Kansas City rap. I need your Kansas City Mount Rushmore.
Why? Why are you doing this to me?
And then I need your just rap, hip hop, period.
All right, so look, Kansas City, Tech Rich. There's no need to any discussion. So it's only 2 spots left.
Yep. You'll throw me on there?
Right, with your St. Louis ass.
You know it.
Like, golly. Nah, because it's like, you know, it just speaks to what I witnessed, the talent that I witnessed in the city, and how, and we just talking hip hop artists.
It could be whatever. I wasn't gonna limit you on the Kansas City part. So it could be.
It could be what?
It could be broad. You don't have to just
like just anybody.
Yes, any artist.
Oh, artists. Oh, okay. So we're doing artists.
Yeah, artists. Do you want to do the other one? Like just Kansas City people, period?
Nah, that's way too hard.
What I was like, that's what I was gonna say. That seems difficult.
Okay. Well, I mean, taking Rich still.
Off rip. I figured that much.
Artists.
That's what I said.
Yeah, you ain't let me do no homework because like
I know this is just on the spot. You
Okay, let me do just rappers then.
Okay.
All right. I just want to keep it simple. Tech Rich. I'm thinking Ron because I remember I remember the run that Ron had. And from 2000, I want to say 7 or 8 until.
Oh, that's the Hey Honey.
Yes.
Oh, I knew I had
I
it in
know
my
you
phone.
see me in traffic, hanging with the window be blasting, honey, hey honey, yeah,
That's a
hey
bop. I like
you, come over here. I got something that I want you to hear.
What do you say?
No,
Why
like guzzle a beer.
Whoa.
And maybe let me rub on your ear.
Whoa. Yeah. I do like that song.
Hey, straight from the block, from the 50s. I move around like a young Ken Griffey. I'm on deck. And flip Chris. I'm on deck while your other plug iffy.
See, he done got all this time and he better have these two.
Oh man, nah, Ron, bro. The run that he had back then, bro. We talked about America's Pub earlier. He sold out America's Pub. Like he was in there like that, and they was loving on him. Like
Was he performing or was he just...
Yeah, he was performing.
Oh, okay.
And
like he just doing walkthroughs? What he doing?
Nah, he was performing. He was in there performing, and it was one of the most amazing things I ever seen.
That's back when I was drinking Hypnotic. And Bacardi. Y'all was drinking Bacardi and Hypnotic.
That
back
was
then,
definitely a hypnotic day.
Era?
Yeah, not for me, but for I might have drank Hypnotic twice. It's a lot. It's sweet. It's very sweet.
Okay.
Yeah, tastes like blue. It tastes how it looked. To be honest with you, very sweet.
Tech.
All right, Tech, Rich, Ron,
and coming in number 4.
I know. Man, you gonna make me pull my phone out,
the
bro.
pressure is getting worse.
Because I want to be, like the thing about me and we do this on air is like, I'll say something and I'm like, oh my God, I forgot, you know.
Yeah.
So.
This is so funny.
I had to say, just based on legacy, Walt Lee, the popper. I gotta put the popper on there, dog. Just because what he's done, and it's more than music. It's about how you represent Kansas City.
Yeah.
And the person I feel like loves Kansas City like me, of course, with those other guys, Rich, Tech, and Ron, is Walter Edwin Lee, or Walter Lee Edwin. Yeah. Walt Lee, Dundilla, the popper.
I remember that's when I first came to Kansas City 2015 and I heard that song Prospect. Me and my friends was like,
that's my jam.
We was like, who is this?
Walt
and
Lee.
why is he singing about Prospect? I mean, not singing, but rapping about Prospect. So I remember, I didn't know who he was at the time. Because like I said, I was new to Kansas City. We just heard it on the radio. Because of course we was listening to 103 off rip. So.
And I think a lot of people, if not most people,
saying he ain't lying,
from Kansas City that's around my age would agree with that Mount Rushmore that I have. I don't think they would take no, like there might be a few objections. You know, you got DV, Kiwi, you got so many people, Rondo, you know, it's so many, Young Boss, Black Wall, Infinity. You got Rob Lowe, the star, Miss Cook. Like I Marley Young, Dewey the Don, you know, YG, KC, Head to Don. Like it's so many people that I don't want to leave out. But I
get it,
bro. I've been in Kansas City my whole life, and I've been at that radio station since 19, and I was doing underground heat. So it's a million people I've come across, bro. Yeah. So I just hope that people don't, you know, disagree with my Mount Rushmore. That's all. I want peace and harmony, man. I just hope that's a good representation of Kansas City. You know what I'm saying?
Now I gotta switch it. I need to know your my
regular rap Mount Rushmore?
Yeah, not exclusive to a city, just in general.
Kendrick, Tip. I told you Kendrick my number one now.
He just knocked down T.I. That's it was like bandwagon-y.
Girl, bye.
That's so bandwagon. He bandwagon.
Bye.
Like how T.I. been your top dog for.
I'm gonna explain that.
Over a decade.
Can I explain that?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Because
don't chat GPT it.
Stop. Chat GPT can't give you this passion, baby. Okay, so I'm listening to T.I.'s music the other day.
Oh, you did tell me this. Okay, go
ahead. And I was like, that's the old me. I can't.
But that's what I was asking.
I can't identify with that music no more. I mean,
you was identifying with ASAP and.
Well, I mean, it's more so the sound.
Okay.
And yeah, some of the stuff that he talk about. Now, not that I was in the streets and nothing like that.
That's what I was riding dirty?
No, it's just that the way that he's talking. the way like he referring to women as bitches and you know,
Yeah.
and Kendrick do that too a little bit, but I feel like his music is a little more artistic. And he talks more. And T.I., you know, he had his pockets of where he was talking about what really matters.
Yeah.
And I feel like Kendrick is talking about shit that really matters. And it hits me more. And me and Kendrick are more the same age. T.I. is like 6 years older than me or something like that. I mean, we're close, but...
So what, are you like 72?
Girl,
that was a joke.
Oh my
that
God.
was a joke. I had to do an old people joke.
Yo, young, you got Similac on your mic, girl. Get out of here,
Let me
girl.
get that up off here.
Yeah, get that breast milk off of there. Cambodian breast milk. Nah,
Now
but
you talking Julie's language.
nah, but man, like Kendrick's music, I guess means more to me at the age of 39 than what Tip did at 19. And I love T.I. I love Clifford. I will always defend my dog. But, you know, Kendrick got that spot, dog.
I get it. So who your other two? Kendrick,
Man,
T.I.
all right, I gotta pull the phone out for this because you know I got my list, and I have.
You ain't got no females on there,
huh? Oh, you talking about no, probably not because they don't. No, seriously, because I'm okay. So how would you look at me if I was like, Glorilla's on my Mount Rushmore?
Why would Glorilla be on your Mount Rushmore?
Exactly.
It's Glorilla. You picked the.
So why? Okay,
I think. To be like,
what if I'm
goat.
like,
she been around for like
Queen
5
Latifah,
years.
Queen Latifah's in my Mount Rushmore. I was really banging you and I. Well, I was listening to you and I.
Right, don't disrespect
No.
No.
I love that song. I was listening to "Ladies First" by Queen Latifah. I was really banging that.
Yeah, my heart.
No, that resonates. That resonates with you,
but no,
not
but
with
now
me.
it sound
I'm
like
not finna listen to "Ladies First." Good song, and I'll play it. I will play it.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
That song don't hit me. So
your Mount Rushmore is based on people that
I listen to.
That music actually relates to you. So a woman is never going to make the list because they're speaking from women's perspective. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, it's some women.
I can understand that.
Like
maybe.
Like the Brat is my favorite,
right? Because
female
I was going to ask
rapper
you about her because you were salty that she wasn't higher on the list, right?
But she make a song like Funkified, not shaking ass or talking about like
the Brat has never
stuff.
been shaking anything. That's just not her
what do
MO.
you like?
I mean,
Whole lot of go play
Was that with Tyrese?
What do you like? Yes,
Yeah,
please.
That's one song.
Please. She was shaking it in that video. Naomi, I only got eyes for you. Okay,
This dude is hilarious, bro.
The Brat though, all right. Like I used to have a crush on the Brat. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's clear as day.
Bro, she was fine, but I loved her music too though. Like
Don't throw that in there.
I did.
I like her music
that's what
too.
pulled me into her. But then she came out into look. Okay, so check it out. The Brat came out in '94. Okay, with Funkified. I am 9 years old. So all 2000. What do you like came out, bro? I'm 15 now. I don't look at the Brat as the Brat that I see. Plus, she dressing different.
Yeah, she number 12.
She breathing different. She
My
dressing
body-
different.
my body different
Her
now,
body
B.
different.
See, something I know now.
And that what do you like video, bro? That was a groundbreaking video, bruh. Ain't nobody seen a Brat like that before.
So
we
I know
knew
you're-
it was up under there, but ain't nobody seen her like that before though.
So you're mad that Lauryn Hill is number 3.
She shouldn't be number 3.
What do you think
For
Lauryn Hill
what?
should be on this list?
That ain't enough for me to
Missy
decide.
Elliott.
Not top 10.
You don't think Lauryn Hill should be top 10?
She dropped one album. One.
Should
One.
Lauryn Hill be top 3?
No.
And
She
you're
ain't put
saying
enough
that
work
she
in.
ain't put enough work in for it.
She ain't been tested. Like, ain't nobody came out and was like, I'm finna battle Lauryn Hill. I'm finna challenge her spot. I don't even have my top rappers on here. Okay, I'm gonna finish
Cardi
them out.
B is at number 11.
They
How does that
cheat-
make you feel?
They cheating her a little bit.
You're lying. He don't even believe that.
They
he
cheating
don't.
her a little bit.
Foxy Brown is 10.
Nah, Cardi shouldn't be in no top 10 female hip hop
She
list.
shouldn't.
Not-
Thank you.
I mean,
See, I
she's
told you
her-
he was gonna be civil.
So her impact, but you be trying to downplay her impact and what she mean culturally.
What did Cardi B impact?
Everything, bro.
What is
You just got
everything?
through talking about Offset.
What does that mean?
That means
I'm
they
talking
always
about
on
a
your
man that
brain.
cheated on her. How was that talking about her impact?
Culturally, she's relevant. She been in the press for damn 10 years now, straight.
Would she get cookies for that?
Yeah, because I
No,
just told
bro.
you she culturally relevant.
No, bro. You don't get cookies for that. This is what Nicki Minaj be talking about. Y'all give people cookies for literally crumbs that they give you. Like she been around. What that mean? She ain't put out a sophomore album yet.
She ain't, and that's why I can't argue with that.
And I understand why she's scared, but she just gotta drop it, bro.
That's why I can't argue with that.
Like put out. You're right. We talking about Lauryn Hill only having one project. Cardi only got one project,
and that's why I ain't gonna argue.
And then she dropped.
So
WAP.
So how come?
Then she dropped WAP.
And it flopped.
I don't know if it flopped. I don't know. I think it did a little ruckus for a minute. And then there's that. I don't know. Jay-Z. Oh, okay.
My Mount Rushmore.
Okay. Now you're ready. Because I sure forgot the conversation.
No, I didn't. I was trying to figure it out. Kendrick, T.I., Jay-Z. Like, I used to have Kanye so high on my list.
So Kanye's not on your list because he been tweaking? Or is he not on your list
because he ain't been making good music. The past 10 years, he ain't made good music.
So all the people that you name, he
made some here and there.
That's what I was say. Everybody that you name, you feel like has made consistently great music.
Yeah.
I can agree with Kendrick.
Jay-Z too.
Jay-Z's not my cup of tea, but I can understand that.
And Tip. His Tip.
T.I. got some stuff that I slapped from Midnight Club Dub Edition all day long.
Stop.
I like T.I. musically, so... Let's go throw Nicki on there. You know you want to.
Absolutely not.
You know you want to.
I want to throw.
He throws some 50 Cent. He might throw 50 Cent on there.
I love 50. No, I ain't gonna do that. LL Cool J. I'm gonna throw him on there.
Now he's impactful
because my dog does not get enough credit.
He does not.
So I'm going to give my dog his credit because I love LL Cool J, dog. And I know that might make me I don't give a damn. I don't respect your elders because mans was in Crush Groove and he's still doing stuff, bro. 40 years later, bro. What we talking? He got a 40-year career. People don't have a 40-year career in IBM. Okay, he got a 40-year career in entertainment, not just hip hop. This dude was in a house. He had movies. He had platinum, bro. What we talking about? What has LL not done that he hasn't accomplished or has yet to accomplish?
I agree with you.
I love LL Cool J.
No, I agree with you.
The inventor of GOAT because he is one.
I like LL Cool J, and I like when artists hop into other lanes, they do crossover. I think that shows how much they're a superstar. And not everybody can do that. It's just like Ice Cube with his movies and him producing, and even the big three, like that's tough. Like I'm with you when you right. All right, I gotta get serious real quick. So more about your journey. As we wrap up a little bit here, I know you produce. Check out the beats. We going crazy. You do. You produce.
Thanks, D.
You're a DJ, seasoned vet, radio personality, seasoned vet in that too. You're, of course, clearly multi-talented, content creator too. You have all of these different skills. Thus far along your journey, 2 questions for you. What has been the biggest lesson you learned that you can maybe share with people? And then just for you, what is like something that you like, you know what, this is something that I really want to excel in. This is something that I can see myself, if you ever choose, like, I just want to do this. Like
we already know the answer to that.
Yeah.
And that's producing. That's always something that I've always wanted to do. Like even before DJing, I don't even know if I was trying to pick up DJing
really?
like that, like wiki, like when I was in high, just like when I was in high school, like my DJ journey, like I've always been just a radio listener and I was just an avid video watcher. That's all I used to do as a kid, watch videos and the Chiefs, music videos and the Chiefs a lot. So, but that when my mama got a computer in the house, and it was like September 2001, beginning of my junior year, bro, that changed my life forever. And she just got it randomly. I didn't know, like, man, my mama's a penny pitcher, bro. She don't buy nothing.
You was like, who brought this in here?
Bro, seriously. And I look back on that now, it's like, that's where everything started. In that room when I was downloading music on WinMX, which is the equivalent of LimeWire or BearShare. This was before LimeWire and BearShare. So I'm on WinMX and I'm just
doing dial-up.
I'm down. Nah, we had some good internet. We had that Time Warner internet.
My bad.
It was called Roadrunner. We had Roadrunner.
Okay.
Yeah. So that computer changed everything for me because I got access to the music that I never had access to ever in my life. But I was scared as hell because at the time they was trying to say that you're downloading illegally and people was getting sued.
Pirating, whatever they put on the screen.
Bro, they was taking people's IPs address and matching them to their house or whatever and suing them and stuff. So I was kind of living on. I thought I was living on the edge or whatever. You know
Right, dirty. That's why you was listening to T.I.
T.I. wasn't even out yet at this time.
Yeah, okay.
In 2001. Now, he had I'm Serious, and that was
like
on
2004?
Uncut. Yep.
More 2004, his run.
About 2003 to like 2008 was T.I.'s prom.
Okay.
Yeah, so I remember I told you about the story about me saving up for my Kobe space boots, the ones that came out in 2001, 2002, and I was the music man in Northeast. If you needed a mix CD, you holler at me, $5, I got you, dog.
That's it. They definitely would have tackled you if they saw you selling.
$5, Buster. Nah, but so I saved up enough money to get those Kobe's, but in doing that and downloading all those different tracks and music and stuff, it got me.
Like your wheels turning.
Yeah, with knowing with what to play, what people like. I got this, I got everything that you need. I had every album, and I was how you into the music now. Nah, I was a little more deep in it than what you did. Like I was deep into it, and this is before I got any email or any connections with any label or any of that. I'm in high school. You know what I'm saying? So that I just took that and it just amplified and I still do it to this day. I'm not downloading as much as I.
But I be hearing you listening to the tracks. I be like, he better than me. I'm not opening that file.
You gotta give it a fair shot because you never know. It'd be some surprises sometimes, But yeah, that's where the journey started, and I think about that computer that she got me. And I still got those MP3s to this day. And that just, it started everything. And she just got it out the blue. But sometimes when things happen like that in your life, just follow it. Just go with it. I didn't even know I was supposed to be DJing. I wanted to make beats. That I was always interested in. And that was going back to your original question, is that if I took on producing full time, I know where I feel like where it could be. I ain't gonna say I know. I feel like I know where it could take me. And
nobody know that better than you. You know that feeling. I
see it. I feel it, D, and I feel it when I'm actually doing. Like I tell you a lot of things about me. I'm trying to enjoy more things, and I found the thing. But I don't know how.
Yeah.
But what came naturally though
was
making beats. I feel so good and it's so fun, and I'm getting better at it and I'm learning. So producing that's something that I feel very strongly about my skill set with that.
Well, on our morning show, you do the motivational minute where you drop a quick gem for us. Can you drop us a quick gem on the outro of just somebody that might be listening? It's like, man, I feel what Shynin saying, because I have some stuff that I feel like I'm talented in, but maybe their career ain't lining up right now. They like, man, I can't really do it. They ain't paying the bills or whatever. They just in a situation where they trying to figure out their passion. What would be something that you would tell them?
It's something that you really have to internalize. Like you have to feel it inside. This can't be something. It's really something that yes you would do for free, and something that's more so a hobby and that you have fun with, and something that you're naturally good at. But it has to feel good inside. And you have to be proud of your product. You have to be so detailed and so into your product that every little nook and cranny is going to be criticized. And that's why you see me DJing, you see me in the studio get upset sometimes. Yeah. That's because I feel like I'm not living up to my own standard, or I have something that I know I could have corrected, but I didn't. So I'm kind of like,
hard on yourself.
I mean, I am because I know where my expectations are, and I know what I could have did to avoid that. But at the end of the day, if you're not that detailed about it, if you don't care about every single little thing like that, you probably don't like it like that. It probably ain't for you. There's something that everybody loves so much that they care about every single thing going right, that they're even scared to fail. Don't be so scared that you don't try. But what you feel inside, what you feel like you care about the most, that's what I would say, go attack and go do. Because the truth is always gonna show. That's one thing that I'm learning. And this goes along with the previous question that I didn't get to because I was long-winded with the other thing. But the thing that I learned most probably in the past 20 years or something like that is that the truth will always show, and always be honest with what you do and how you move. Yeah. Because, okay, there are instances where people sleep their way to the top, or they'll game their way to the top, or whatever. Well, fam, it's going to be one day to where them games is going to run out.
Yep.
It's going to be one day to where somebody get tired of your shit and they're going to expose text messages.
The truth.
They're going to expose video. Yep. They're going to expose whatever it is that you're trying to duck and hide from. So I say that to say that always with your intentions, with your moves, always be honest and truthful with not only yourself, but other people. It's one thing to lie to yourself and be like, okay, I'm going to tell myself the same lie and keep doing whatever it is I'm doing. But when you lie to other people, you're cutting off your network without you even building one yet. You know what I'm saying? How am I supposed to trust you in certain situations when I can't even trust you with this? When you're not even trustworthy enough to handle micro things, let alone you want macro success, but you can't handle these little details right here, or you're trying to game your way in this little situation. And sometimes people have enough longevity and money to set you up to where they'll put you in a situation to make you have to pick whether I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that. And you think you getting away with something. It's like somebody stealing from Walmart. They working at Walmart.
Oh, you think you're getting away with it till you're not.
Yeah, man, Walmart they can loan this thing out for a year. They can let you steal, $1 million worth of merchandise,
just
or
so they can get
whatever.
You in.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you'll be in a trap to where, damn, I'm just going to lie my way through this thing, or I'm going to steal my way through this thing. The truth is going to eventually show, bro. Yeah. And that's with everything. That ain't just with radio and DJing and nothing like that. That's with whatever you want to do. Always be truthful, and you gotta feel it inside, man. Yeah. It's dead if you don't feel it. Whatever is dead doesn't grow.
That's a real one. No chat GPT.
That's from my pastor, GPT. Bishop Benjamin Stevens, baby.
Well, I thought you was gonna say Eddie Long. I don't know. It just when I hear people,
you
say
ever
Bishop,
been swallowed? I know that's not Eddie Long. I'm just going along with your preacher.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, but I'm mad that I was, a little late in that.
No, you good.
We had the extendo episode.
Yeah, no. Low key, I feel like we can have part 1, part 2. I have to talk to you.
I would love to do a part 2.
Well, I was saying this could be split up. No, okay. He said no. Okay,
yeah, he ain't doing all that.
So he said no. Yeah. You ain't getting a week off. You're gonna be right back here Thursday. Okay, that's cool. All right,
bro. Look, you just before we close, I told you I gotta give you some flowers. You are just. I am so impressed with your ingenuity, your intensity to come to work and do a good job, with your creativity, with your
thanks, man,
your willingness to just work hard and get the shit done and do it good. Ooh, I love that about you so much, because we said it at the top of the pod. I'm built the same way.
Yeah.
And just want to let you know, man, you are so much appreciated, bro. You are. And I hope that one thing with you is that I hope that I've been trying to set a good example for you. Not that I'm your big bro, or that's our relationship. Yeah. But I'm not trying to big bro you, bro. I'm not trying to, give you a noogie on your head or nothing like that.
I understand what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? I want to help you grow wherever I can, and I just hope that I've been a great example for you, because D, you have been a great example for me. Aww. Seriously, I've learned so much from you. I
appreciate you.
No, I appreciate you. You have really sharpened me up in so many other ways, man.
Same on my end.
Thank you.
I appreciate you, man. Aw, if I was a crier.
I'm a crier.
Yeah. We ain't cried yet. You gonna cry? Eastside's over there crying, y'all.
I love what
appreciate you, man.
I love what I love, dog. Like you can't hide passion. I can be quiet and I can be cool, but when it come, I remember a parent, and I'm trying not to be too long, but a parent told me, she was like, I had never seen you act like that when I was coaching football.
Oh, okay.
Like, I had never seen you act like that before, and I was shocked because on the foot, like I try to, like I'm a pretty reserved guy for the most part, you know. But until
it get a little
until it turn on,
when this Leo gets to going, you just need to watch out.
And that's what happened during football practice on the football field. Yeah. You know, I can't hide it, bro. Yeah. I can't. And Naomi get mad at me too when I'm get mad when I feel like I mess up on a mix or something. Yeah. I can't hide it because I care that much about it because I love it, bro.
Have a very minor mistake. Be like,
nah, bro, it don't be minor, dog.
It's not minor to you, and I get it,
right? Nah,
because somebody will tell me the same thing, and I'd be like, "That ain't the point. That ain't the point."
That's
so not. I understand.
It's like I could have did better than that.
Mm-hmm. That's why it's always the next time. Yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you for being a guest.
Thank you, D.
The big homie Brian B. Shynin. Make sure y'all tap in, hustle and shine in the morning, weekdays, and then of course tap in. Subscribe to Brian's World Podcast, as well as the Offer Hustle. We'll see y'all next week.